Oh, it's really funny. I have been like 30 minutes working on this and I haven't been live. Oh, that is funny. I hate YouTube for this sometimes. Like Twitch is much more, I don't know, easy to stream. Definitely. Definitely. Anyway, we still have plenty of time left. Just did the second floor, did this floor. So, what I was talking about while I was streaming without pressing the button to stream, it's I was watching the Indie Game Awards, and second here. I'm still trying to process, like, I'm still trying to process what's I've been 30 minutes working on this and I didn't press the button for live. I take a big lesson from that. I take a big lesson. So I was watching the Game Awards for the indies, and I only watched the beginning of it, like the the introduction and this kind of stuff. I'll only watch the beginning of it, and it felt to me like the opening speech was sad as hell. Sad. Like they were just talking about like how sad it was. Like a lot of people were losing jobs, or things like that. Actually, I think there's something I need to change here, and I haven't noticed, and I'm really scared about that. Honestly, very scared. We will take a look at that soon. Better fix it now than later. The opening was super sad. The opening was like, I was talking about the layoff and how many problems in the industry, and how a lot of people lost their job, and it has become a very political thing. It has become a very political thing. I hate to see that, honestly. I hate to see that. Like, really, it's such a shame to see the game industry transform from basically this world of geeks who just wanted to create something, just wanted to create something different, something for their own, for they just wanted to explore computer science and all these things. It's just very sad to see how the game industry has become very political lately. Extremely political. I'm talking about like just a little bit, like very, very political. And yeah, I don't know. It's a very, it's a very weird thing to see. Very weird thing. Because before it used to be all about the product, right? It used to be, let's just create a fantastic game, and at the same time there wasn't much competition. That's true. That's true. Competition wasn't like now. But honestly, like this is the first year. It's not the first year that I see this, but it is truly the first time that I feel the game industry has come to a point where it's just very political. And even speeches like what's the name of the guy from Baldur's Gate? Like we're talking about like, oh yeah, like our decisions are made by us, not by, big corporations, things like that, which I think it's fantastic. But honestly, like it's a shame. It's a shame. I don't think the game industry is like it used to be before. I don't think so. I don't think so at all. It has become so political, and the focus has shifted from, let's create a good game, to actually let's focus on the working condition and this kind of stuff. You know, and when you work on a big company, there's so much bullshit going inside, so much bullshit. Like I mean it, so much bullshit happening. Like inside. And no wonder why games take so long and cost so much money. It like it's an industry that has grown a lot, and in a way it's kind of suffering the consequences of growing that fast. You start hiring more people, all those kind of stuff, and the important stuff that was making the game is no longer very important to you. So I have a lot of faith on indie studios. I have a lot of faith on that. It's just better. It's just so much better. They don't have to deal with all those problems. Like, and when I think it's the first time I see like this type of event on any kind of industry where they start talking about how sad the situation in the game development industry is. It's just so funny to watch at the same time. It's so funny. Like the opening speech was so, I don't think negative, but it wasn't like a very happy opening. It was real. I think it was maybe necessary, maybe not. But I think a lot of people have go to jobs in the game industry without actually realizing that this industry is quite different from others. Like if you go for, I don't know, the cooking industry, like you want to open a restaurant or something, like a lot of things have been figured out already, right? A lot of things are, that's just the way it is. Just we're not gonna change it by any means, right? So a lot of things are like that. When it comes to the game industry, it's fairly new. Fairly new to many of the things that are happening. I hate this. I think I made a mistake here. Like I should have gone for something like this. And now this one also has problems. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at the example. Like I've seen it, like the passion on making games in the industry has decreased by a lot. Like, I mean it. Like it used to be an industry where only individuals who are very motivated at creating something great are gonna, do something about it. It used to be the case. Not anymore, I guess. Not anymore. And you can see, like in the game awards are just full of negativity. A lot of political nonsense. At this point, I should create a group for this because I'm gonna regret what I'm gonna do soon. Actually, this one is inside. What's not inside is this thing. This thing is the thing that is wrong. So we're gonna keep this one here. I'm gonna move this. Yeah, this is the way. This is the way. If you're wondering why I'm not using snapping, I don't think I really need it in this case. Just because of how organic are these assets. I feel like the snapping is just gonna be really, not very good. Okay, go here. Wonderful. And now it makes sense. Now this thing makes much more sense. Also have these tiles here. I get the window and also these tiles. So yeah, the Game Awards were really something. The Indie Game Awards. I haven't seen like the Game Awards. I've seen the Indie Game Awards. And man, that opening speech got me speechless. Like for real. For real. I just put this thing here. And this one actually, it's not the way. That's not the way. Let's make this one a little bit smaller. Also this one. You won't really notice, like, you won't really notice. I really like to work with inorganic stuff like this. Like, even though these are architectural assets, just the organic aspect of it is just really good. Really good. So, tiny bit of space here. This kind of thing can take quite some time to finish. Which is not very good for us. But there's no other way. There ain't other way around. Okay, much better. Just this one we need to fix. You won't really notice. Hello, hello, Rifat. Hello, Dark Maui. How are you doing? How are you doing? I will. Yes, yes, I will combine, of course. Not the meshes, not the meshes, but I will. I'm creating those blueprint actors that I can use later. I will show you. I will show you. Like I made this blockout. If you're interested in how I made the blockout, the live stream is there in the channel too. Like all the steps. I kind of have the measurements for this, so I'm starting to replace those blockout elements for these ones. And since the map is like really small, you don't really want to create some big, like the whole building just to be like one group. That's not very flexible, right? Like if you were doing like an open world or something like that where the world is huge, then it makes sense. But in our case, like this map is really small, really, really small. So you want to be as flexible as possible with this. Cool. Now, okay, now it feels much better in my opinion. Now it feels much better. I want to actually, for now, just to have an overview of what's the floor look like. So I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna model. Here in 5.4, the tools for modeling were quite better. I hear. Like I'm kind of excited to try it out, but I really don't want to download it until the last version is out. You go something like that. I really don't want to take a look at it. Let's try to find some materials here. Let's see, where is tiles? All right. No, not these tiles, not these tiles. I love these assets. I love it. I love it. Surface. I think, yeah, let's go here. Building details. Floor. Not really what I'm looking for. How can you imagine this one? Nah. Now these are unique tiles. Floor surface. No. But honestly, kind of worked. It's kind of works. Which texture is this? Oh no. This won't work. Floor. Yeah, not the surface. I think we're just gonna create our material. Let's just go to a bigger window here. Will the changes to pay for content creation, non-games, that will impact tutorial creation, do you think? Hmm, for me, personally, I only do games. Like, I've been doing that for many years. I'm not very familiar with the content that is out there for non-gaming projects that are made in a real engine. I know there are some channels that are focused on that. I don't think it's gonna affect, really. It's not that bad. Not that bad at all. I mean, usually if you're using Unreal for not making games, usually you have a project that somehow it's gonna finish faster, right? So you can make some money out of it. But if you're making a game, it's gonna take years to finish. And yeah, it's okay. This floor surface is not what I envision. I don't think it's gonna affect that much, really. Still a huge market for that, but definitely from what I know, like usually it's big, like like I said before, it's usually a product that it's usually a product that is gonna finish faster than a game for. So most likely you will have cash for it. Most likely you will have the cash. So I don't really want to use these tiles. I can just bridge. I'm gonna sign in here. Oh, thank you. It, yeah, for the moment, I'm not really focusing on tutorials. The reason is we have this project, and another reason is that we already have so many that you don't really need more. You have everything there, like literally everything to make a great project. So I don't. For me, at least for the moment, we're not making any tutorial. Just because, I mean, I'm just working on this game. So that's why. But simulation projects are many of them. A lot of people are working on simulation projects for many years since Unreal Engine 3, actually. So let's try something like this. Actually, this works like perfect, perfect. Love this one. Surfaces. Come on. When I add it to the project, there you go. What kind of simulation project you're working on? I know some people that have been working in the simulation industry for a long time. I met one guy that was for simulation for actually war simulation, you know, shooting and this kind of stuff. He was telling me the difference between, like, you know, games and, you know, this kind of project simulation. Well, it's so hard to actually, it's so hard to talk and do things at the same time. I don't know how some people can do it. Like, streaming is really hard. It's really hard. Like, I mean it. I mean it. Actually, I'm gonna leave it like that. You know why? You know why I leave it like that? The floor and the walls need to be different color. That's right. Have to be different color. It's easier to. It's way easier to identify where you should walk and where you shouldn't. So let's move this to the right folder. Yeah, level design is quite important. It's quite important. I mean, we follow different rules for games. For level design is more about clarity, and you know, that clarity that leads the player to the main objective, that knows where to go, knows what the game is about, and he's not lost. If there is some feedback, like all this kind of stuff, it's just really good for you. For, you know, in general, like, can I add this edit? No, I cannot. Never mind. So let's go back here and oh my god, this thing is not using the material we put. It is this one. I don't really care about those things. We could fix it. We could fix it. Never mind. It doesn't matter. All right, let's just put this thing here. Okay, we have a problem here. So let's go modeling. Yeah. Actually, we didn't have a problem. Sometimes it could happen that we watch some, you have some open holes here and you don't really want to watch. Yeah, but oh my god, I didn't notice about this. I'm gonna fix it soon. Okay, it's good. Oh, that's the beauty of Project UVs. Box can increase the size of this, checkerboard, and just yeah, perfect. Transform UVs. Actually, why transform only is when I click? I don't think so. I don't think so, buddy. I used to do it very different before. Layout UV is not really. I guess it is what it is. But yeah, the third person character is really good. Animations are placeholders, so you gotta keep that keep that in mind when you know. I didn't know I can get in. Well, that's pretty cool. Okay, so you got this. Oh, let's fix this. Can just yeah, something like that. I think it's this part is fine. It adds some variation to the things, so it is fine. It is more than fine. Okay, so now I can try and put this one here. And it kind of works. And another one is this one. But I don't. Yeah, let's try it out. Hey Ruth, how are you doing? How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. For the okay, so for the cape, it's physics. Of course, I haven't touched on it. Other members of the team have done that for me. I haven't really touched the animation for the cape, so I cannot really give you a lot of insight there. But it is physics. It's not that really complicated. Like honestly, it's oh god. Really gonna have something like this? Okay, anyway. It's not really complicated. I mean, most of the stuff have a very easy solution. And games are just gonna get easier and easier to make. Every time. Much easier than what we imagine. So you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna find a good solution. I'm sure of it. I'm very sure of it. Did this save? It did. It did. Huh? That's interesting. I didn't change the material for that. You know what's harder than physics in a real engine? Getting your Chinese driver's license. I have a license from my hometown, but I'm in China and I want to get the driver's license. And it's such a tedious process because they ask you for 100 questions in a pool of questions that is easily over 800. Easily over 800 questions. And they will ask you 100 questions in the driving test, and you need to have over 90% of correct answers there to get your driver's license. I don't know since when it's that hard, but I've done the simulation several times and I haven't got a higher score than 80%. So I don't know, maybe I'm gonna try to another week for this kind of stuff, and then I'm gonna check if I can do the test or not. Because the thing is that stuff is really far away. It's really far. So I need to take a train for 1.5 hours to just do the exam. I don't want to fail that exam. I think that's harder than physics in a real engine. Unreal makes things so easy. You know what's hard that people don't tell you? It's your judgment. And that comes with experience. That comes with a lot of intuition, but a lot of intuition also comes from a lot of experience. So let me tell you why I feel like Unreal Engine tutorials are just completely like overrated, especially most of the paid ones, especially those. So usually when you learn Unreal, you're gonna start off with getting to know the interface. That's understandable, right? Because without knowing the interface, without knowing the tools, how can you create something, right? And I like to put the analogy that it's more like painting. Like, we all can agree that you need a pen or a pencil or something to draw, right? We all can agree that you need that to create something, right? To do something with it. Everyone knows it. But the thing is that holding the pencil is not that hard. The hard thing is to learn how to paint, right? It's like me doing this this environment here. It's not that hard if you think about it. It's just duplicating stuff. It's like an iceberg, and on the top is like what you think you need to learn, and all the things under the iceberg are the things that you must learn, but they don't really tell you. And you know what they don't tell you? They don't know about it. They haven't been there and done that. A lot of tutorials are like that on the internet. Obviously, it's not something like it's impossible to learn. It's not like a secret either, because a lot of companies, a lot of AAA companies use these techniques to create their games. So it's no secret. It's no secret at all. But definitely, not everyone who's out there putting a tutorial on how to use Unreal Engine has the experience on using Unreal Engine. If you know what I mean? On creating something with it, like something really, really good. It's not even about Unreal, because when I used to work for Ubisoft, we use Anvil, which is another engine, and same principle. Like, Unreal is great and everything, but you have another engine, like, have to use that. Have no choice, right? So that's why I think Unreal Engine tutorials are overrated. They don't really, most of them that you will find outside, they only teach you how to use a pencil. They don't really teach you how to draw. There are a lot of things that I'm watching here that it may look invisible to the person who's watching this and don't know the fundamentals of art. I'm taking a look at about the forms, about this shadow here, talking about the noise, rest areas here, noise areas here. You know, those are things that has nothing to do with Unreal Engine. It has everything to do with art theory. And those are the things that are important. those are the things that matter when you want to create a project. It makes a difference with, oh, I know how to use the tool. But whatever you create, you're not satisfied. That's because you need the foundation of it. That's why I think Unreal Engine tutorials truly, truly, I honestly think about they're overrated. The majority of them. 99% of the tutorial market is filled with how to use the pencil. And people don't really realize that. But important stuff is the stuff that you don't see here. That takes years to learn. And I mean, I don't meant to sound like learning Unreal from a tutorial is not important, because at the end of the day, you cannot draw without a pencil, right? That's the reality of things. But you shouldn't pay for it, right? It's not that valuable. It's not that valuable. And a lot of free and paid courses, expensive courses, only teach you how to use the pencil instead of how to draw. Know what I mean? But you know, it's popular. It's popular. A lot of people are interested in that. But yeah, like you say, just break the thing. Break the thing and try. Like honestly, like for learning Unreal, you don't need a tutorial per se. You don't need to. You can have it, but you don't need to. Like technically you can just break things and learn. So how you say, like just break the things. Breaking things and learning is probably the best way, because it teaches you a lot of stuff. What you cannot learn, like breaking, I mean, what takes time to learn are logic, for example, being very, very logical to create your blueprints and this kind of stuff. The framework for Unreal can be very specific, has nothing to do with the fundamentals, but in a way, like it is important to know the framework. But you know, the framework is not gonna change. It hasn't changed for years. Like since I started in Unreal Engine 3, like we have the pawn, we have the character, we have the player controller, we have the camera. Honestly, Unreal Engine 3 and Unreal Engine 5, the same thing. The same thing. It's just with Unreal Engine 5, it's just easier to create games. It's just easier. I mean, the tool is easier. The pencil is better, but the how you make the game, it's the same. It's the same. And that's also part of the reason I'm not doing tutorials at the moment. So you don't need them. You don't need them. I mean, you need some maybe, but a lot of the stuff you will figure out by doing. That's also the fun part of it. For some reason, the UVs are just fine. Say that's a good tool. That's a good tool. Like, looks like it preserved the UVs very well, or it didn't. I think it did. You know what? I think it did. It is a little bit stretch. A little bit. Nice, better. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think it's normal to just, find a tutorial for a particular solution you're looking for, because things can get really technical sometimes. I mean, I do that too. I mean, everyone in the industry does that. Like, they look for tutorials. It's also part of the community to help each other. I'm not against tutorials. But at the end of the day, what will make your game great is your judgment and your own experience of things. It's like, okay, like, this is how I do this stuff, but in my particular case, I need this. And technical answers can be there anywhere. I really want to change the. That's a problem of working in a big project. You don't really want to save these assets anywhere. Like, you really need a good folder structure. Okay, so let's go here. I really need to change the pivot point for this one. Okay. What if I put this one here like this? Does it make sense? Maybe. Let's take a look at the balconies. These are the real deal. These are the real deal. I want to check like the length of this. Okay, so it's here. So usually you will have like this where, you know, something like that. It's fine if there is some clipping. Yeah, that could work. Another thing you can do is probably use one of this to break up the repetition. Something like that. Yeah, looking for solutions in the internet is really common. It's very, very common. Like, everyone does that. Even in the big companies, you think those guys know everything? They're watching tutorials too. Like, it's normal. It's really normal. What is this? Oh my god. Oh, yes, this thing. This is the thing that I was looking, because it felt a little bit weird without the support. Yeah, something like that. Much better. Much better. Otherwise, it feels like it's floating. Yeah. But anyway, I think those things can be added later. Like, I don't want to create a group just for that. Uh, this is really tiring. Like, usually this will be a point where I just go for a walk and, to clean my mind. I'd rather just stay a little bit more, because I think we can work on the roof. I think let's work on the bases first and then work on other stuff. Like, this kind of thing can be solved as this. And also, you can, like that. Yeah, definitely. Definitely working. One thing I wanna find is the stairs. That's not the stairs. Uh, I just want to check the height of it. Okay. Let's try. Let's try to see how it feels. Oh my god. Staying collision, no collision, and hidden in game. Yes. Okay. We may need another asset for that, but for now it's fine. For now it's fine. Let's work on the third floor. So let's put this guy here. And I think the third floor is gonna be much easier. Much easier. Let's put this guy here and let's go for walls, maybe? Not the walls, floor. So floor 03. Okay, so let's see. So floor 03, you have this. No, that's floor 01. Floor 03. Okay. Okay, 2. Okay, and wall. There you go. Let's take a look at this one. I don't really care about the repetition of the wall because we're gonna put some assets there later. Which they're gonna work wonderful for us. Hey, beautiful. But there's something else. Dome base. This is what we need. How come this thing is... Ah, I know why. Let's put the cornice first. And then let's put this here. Actually, not this one. There you go. duplicate this one. Now we have until probably last week of April to finish this environment. Probably have to be finished before. The reason is I want to show it in the Tokyo Game Show. I'm not like super sure if it's a good idea, but you never know until you try. That's for sure. And the Tokyo Game Show has the deadline for end of April to, you know, to show your game there. So we will see. We will see. Like this one is not matching. There you go, much better. Just move the things a little bit. All these imperfections add to the forms, to the lining. All those little details matter. Details matter here. Details truly matter on everything, really. Everything in life, it's about details. I noticed that there is a lot of things that are similar between any kind of discipline, really. Like any kind of discipline, it's just the same. I notice. I have noticed it is the same. It is the same all the time. I found that any kind of discipline, like dancing, painting, even playing some games, it's just. Oh, I see. Yeah, I definitely gonna put this asset. It's all the same. It's all the same. Making games and just doing any other kind of discipline. It's really the same. I want to know which asset he's using here. Oh, floor surface. It is here. Oh, this one is very funny because this one is. Oh. Okay. Okay. So after all, I didn't need my big asset. I could have just used this one. Let's go for not this one. I can put it as well. Let's go for the roof decor. Oh, it's gonna be very easy. Just need to figure out the length of this stuff. Seems about right to me. We're gonna put it here. And let's see this one. We're gonna put it right on the middle. Yes. Right on the middle. Which I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but we need to use floor. Is this one? Yeah, it is one. So this one, I suspect is gonna be really long for us. Number two should have done it. By the way, if you're thinking like, oh, I want to make my game with my own assets, like making it from scratch, I can tell you that's the second. What's this? It's a great learning experience. It's a great learning experience for sure. But at the end of the day, even if you are good at what you're doing and you use assets that are, like Kit Bash or this kind of stuff, which is gonna be the future in reality, you don't really need to be afraid of that. It's if you have good taste, if you have good judgment, like I've been saying before, you're gonna use these assets and it's just gonna work perfectly for you. Just gonna work so well. Whereas if you don't have judgment, you will not know how to place them. Again, it's all about the tools. It's all about the tools. It's all about the. Oh my god. It's not long enough. I guess I will have to move this one here. Let's see. Yeah, this is fine. Actually, this is not fine at all. What if I use this one? I like it more, actually. I think this is not the way you put the roof. Mm, I see. I see. Yeah, no wonder something was off. Like if you really have dots, just check your references. I have a bunch of reference like in the other monitor. So really just check your reference if if you are lost or something. This one's too long. It's just gonna be this one. But that one's too long. Let's go for the other one. Yes, perfect. Now we're gonna go for this one. We can use different assets. Like if you have that variation to work with them, go for it. I think I shouldn't even be rotating those assets. You know, just use the original one that. Yeah, I think I would do that. All right, let's take a look at this one. Like this one should go here. And let's take a look at this one. This one should go here. I haven't checked how many differences are between those assets. I suspect it's not gonna be that much, but it's gonna matter at the end, I feel. When you combine all those little details, like from every angle looks different, it takes quite some time to to get it right. But I think it pays off. It really pays off, the small little details. Yeah, something like that. Let's just go here. Okay, just one more. I think it's this one. Yeah. Great. I could put that like another roof later. For now, this is gonna work. These are not many assets. Okay, so we have our next actor. It's gonna be floor 3A. And we're gonna put it there. And we're gonna deal with that later. For now, actually, we're gonna deal with that now. Oh, whoa. Can you put this here? No, not really. It's not the. That's not the way. I don't think so. Yeah, it's not like that. I'm looking for. There you go. Those pillars. Oh, what the hell? There you go. It looks weird that it has different colors. It's just do the same and rotate 180 degrees. Yeah. This one for Windows. Actually, put something here. That's too big. But this one is not. So this one we're gonna put it here. You don't necessarily need to do that, but oh, this one for sure. Not this one, but oh yes. Yes. Let me take a look if there is another one. Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. Cool. What about this window? This can be quite cool. Just put it in position. Don't really need to change the size of this. It's perfect just the way it is. And here, probably this one. Yeah. Definitely. Much better. much better. And here, you know what? I'm gonna leave it open because I'm gonna share with you a trick we use in games a lot to fake life in environments without actually putting like life elements, you know, like people or sounds or whatever. Can put a light here. Put a light. Or either this one, or we can put a point light. There you go. Put it a little bit warmer. A little bit of an orange tint. And now, if we remove the lights here, now suddenly you can lead your environment just like that, which is fantastic if you think about it. Like everything is pitch dark, but just this area here, it's just perfect. Let's go back. So I really can just leave those things there. Let's go for this one. And we're gonna go here to, let's go for pillars first. We're not gonna use this one anymore. We're gonna use this one. And yeah, this one can also put here. Same one, but 180 degrees. Then we're gonna go for windows, and we're gonna put this window here. It's gonna work perfect for us. Do the same here. And here, you know, we can put some pillars too. Definitely helps. Can rotate here 90 degrees, 180, 270, and there you go. Now you have 4 different assets. And now let's see if we have a window for this. I don't think we're gonna use this one. Nah, it's too much. It's too much. Oh, this one? This one is actually fairly good. What about this one? No. What about this one? Oh, I like this one, but it's not gonna be here. I also like this one. I think this is much better. in my humble opinion. I think this is better. Yes. Way better. We can fake some stuff here, like you could actually put like a window here just to fake that, you know, it's a window here. But not put it there. Just put it like here. You can also, you know, try to play with the balcony too. I don't know why this balcony has assets. Oh, okay. Has like a. Okay, I see what. I see what it means. I think the balcony can be just anywhere. Small balcony. I want to check. What is this? A blueprint inside a blueprint. Not feeling it. Put a small balcony here. Just to make some variations. Okay. Cool stuff. I still have this one left. So let's do it really quickly. Let's go here to pillars. Choose this one. We can put it here. Oh, this is another one. Okay, never mind. We're gonna put this one. Oh, we tried this one. Oh, that's a huge one actually. So that's a huge pillar. I wonder where we can use those. It's just the small ones first. And here, we can try this one. If you think this is boring, it's because it is. It is. That's why they hire people to do this in the company. It's repetitive work. But I think a lot of people endure the pain of doing level art just because, you know, this is something about watching the end result. You know, there's something about that. There's something about working on a project and just seeing it alive. It's just really good. It's a very good feeling. It's a very good feeling, and that's why a lot of people, endure the pain of doing this kind of stuff. For me, it's more about the end result. It has very little to do with the process, the journey. It's for me, it's just that. Like when the game is there and you can see all those little details that you have put come to life, that's very rewarding. But by self decorating the game shouldn't be something that you do, like, put a lot of effort into it. I mean, it is important, but as long as you don't forget about the other important stuff, like, your game, your gameplay, your effects, things like that. Like, a lot of things can be hidden by using other stuff. For example, a model maybe look ugly, but if you put another model on top of it, then you won't see it. And a lot of this stuff is just that is you don't really need to be very picky with a lot of details. Just don't. You don't need to. Or it's just the camera angle for the game, you don't notice. That's why a lot of small details here, also, I won't really care about those too much. I won't really care about those. Because at the end of the day, all it matters if I hit play, the environment is not the only thing. Like, you have so many things going on. You have the gameplay, you have the UI, you have the skills, you have the user experience, you have the the gameplay, the effects, and all those stuff here. Those are the things that matter. The hell is this? Damage taking. Let's try it out. Let's try it out, guys. Let's start filling out the void. Filling out the void of, and the good thing is that when you start editing your level, you can realize, oh, I forgot these things. So just put them here. not this one, but this one, for example, 40 degrees, 50 actually. And then actually, let me check the color here. Yeah, this is green, so this is gonna be another color. And everything will be updated. You don't need to redo all the roofs that were in the game or anything like that. It's just such a cool way to work. And when you put these things in the level, it's very important. It's very important that you don't have this negative space. I mean, if it looks good, leave it like that. But silhouette for the big picture is really important. It really is. So just keep that in mind. You know, this is very funny. Like you block the door with this. But here you don't notice. And here we also need to check something. We have to put this one here. That's the beauty of working with this. Eventually we will need some assets for this stuff, which I don't really want to think about. But let's just try to fill as much as possible the blockout. And I think we need like, it's hard to tell if this is gonna work. Like, it's really hard to tell. Because what if we move this stuff down? There's a lot going on here. There is a lot. But definitely. We're kind of in the on the right track. I think here we need some arcs. Can we do that? Oh no no no! I know what we need. I know what we need. Need some support. Some support. Sometimes when things feel like floating, just need to support them. That's what I'm talking about. But to be honest, I don't know if this is a good idea. I think if I put here these things, like definitely you want a pillar. Huh. I think for now we're gonna actually organize a little bit everything. Try to put all of this into a blockout group. Yeah. So we're gonna go here. Lockout. And select here. Hidden in game. Yes. It's hidden in game, not hidden here. Collision. No collision. Hidden in game, yes. Cool stuff. Can actually play with this a little bit and Now there are still a lot of areas for improvement, don't get me wrong. Still quite a lot of stuff. Still quite a lot. I don't know why this... Should be hidden in game, not... No, hidden on... on the editor. Yeah, we definitely need some... This area is very open. And for sure, you can see the repetition of things, but we're gonna use more props to deal with that. Definitely. Visible, hidden in game, off. Which I don't know why it's hidden here. It's hidden in game, so let's... Maybe we just need to reopen the level? Yeah. Much better. Much better. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up here. If you think about some other assets that we should use to close up the space of all those, you know, there are a lot of things going on here and we need to deal with them. But overall, not bad progress. Maybe we need some smaller modular pieces. Definitely the stairs and everything. We need to deal with them. It's not a bad session. Hello, Scoops. How are you doing? It's not bad at all. It's not bad at all. Yeah, I think the stairs is gonna be quite a challenge. Because I don't know if we have like those modular pieces we can use. I would love to. Like you can see, all these are independent models. They're actually connected. So this is a lot of work, a lot of detail. Like that's something I want to keep. So if I add something else, I need to make sure I have the same level of detail, which definitely this is model by hand, looks sculpted. So probably we will need to sculpt our own stuff. We got quite a few stuff. We got some plaster materials, some rock materials. I think we're fine. I think we're fine. Okay, we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming. I'm gonna leave the video there if you wanna check. There are some other live streams where I do the blockout and other kind of stuff. So make sure to check them out. It's if you want to see how the game was before. Starting to feel a little bit different, but still a long way to go. So let's see where we can take this. And I think that's pretty much it. I'll see you in the next one.